We got 8 bear legs. Look at that right there. Look at that now. And now, y'all know I like to do a while. Now we gonna use some of this meat. Now we gonna make some gumbo. Look at that right there. We're gonna get them all seasoned down to perfection, and we gonna put some color on them. Look at that right there. Look at that. Now there's some nice meat. I ain't gonna lie to you. I tasted it before. That tastes just like roast. Everybody always asks what the bear legs tastes like. Just like a roast. Gave it to you over some gravy, you wouldn't know the difference. I wouldn't do you like that, but look at that right there. Look at that. Look at that right there. Woo-wee. It's a live fire right there. We got a pot of gumbo. Look at it, it's rolling. Look at that. Cook on that old school pot belly stove. Look at that. Look at that color right there. Look at that. Got the chicken in there, bell peppers, onions. We got the okra. We got some sausages cooked down inside there. Look at that right there. We're gonna cut some of this meat off these legs. Look at that. Remember I was telling y'all it's kind of like beef? You see the color of that right there? It's really like a big piece of beef. You want to get that layer off right there. See all that right there? We're going to be trimming that off right there. We're going to sear some of this off too. We're going to sear that off. We're going to put some color on there. And we're going to put it inside that pot. And they say we got pieces of them bear. They almost look like roast right there. We're going to just take it. We're going to just sear the bottom. And you see at the top, already got a nice little bark on there. And the whole point of these videos is kind of just to show, for one, the versatility. Two, you know, them cavemen back in the day, they had to eat what they had. So we ever had a zombie apocalypse, you know, we stranded inside the wilderness, oh, I'm gonna eat. All right, y'all, it's time to have an uncomfortable conversation. And you can't tell me right there, they don't like a regular piece of meat. Look at that. Look at that. You don't know what they probably feeding y'all out there. Look at that right there. Look at that. Come on now. You can't tell me they don't look delicious. They're gonna just stir this pot up. Look at that. See, when I make my gumbo, I like using chicken legs. I like the bones to be in there. You know, it's flavor in them bones. Look at that. It's a piece of bear meat right there. Look at that. Look at that right there. Look at that. Wait, gotta get juice in there. Look at that right there. Look at that. Now, the Super Bowl, we're gonna be in Charlotte, North Carolina now. We're gonna have that chicken on deck. I mean, we're gonna have thousands and thousands of wings. You can check my page also for more details. And also, we're doing pre-orders for chicken and fish platter. So make sure you be on the lookout for that. But look at that right there. Perfection. That plate loaded. Look at that right there. Now you can't tell me, if I gave you this right here and I said, man, I got that good gumbo right there, you wouldn't think there's no bear meat inside there. That's the scary thing about it. Look at that. Look at that right there. And like I said earlier, the whole point of these videos is kind of to show versatility and to show you, hey, if you throw me in the woods, you throw me in the wilderness, I'ma eat. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.